Hello and welcome. It's Lisa Larter here, and I am back to recording videos. And I am back to recording videos for a couple of reasons. One, it aligns with the message that I want to share with you. I want to share 3 things with you this week that can help you stick to the goals, the objectives, or the commitments that you have set for the upcoming year. And one of the things that I would like to do is I would like to get back into the habit of creating video content on a regular basis. But I got to tell you, I have wanted to do video content for a while, and I have allowed excuses to get in the way. I have allowed the excuse of having poor high-speed internet, not having a videographer, not having time to do editing, not having the right lighting, you name it. I can come up with a million excuses as to why I can't do video on a regular basis. So I'm going to challenge myself to do video more this year than what I've done in the last few years. I'm going to challenge myself to do a video a week, which we are going to transcribe. So if you prefer to read, you can read. But if you would like to watch the video, you can watch the video. And so there are 3 things that I want to share with you today that I think can help you stick to your goals and dreams and big ideas for the rest of this year. And I want to just remind you, I'm running this thing called My 365 right now, or the 365 Project. And it's really about helping people stick with a commitment that they've made for 365 days in a row. Because when you stick with something over and over and over again, you grow and you become a different person because of it. But there are 3 things that happen on that process that can derail you if you don't do the 3rd thing. The first thing that can happen is attachment. Attachment gets in the way of doing because we get attached to what other people think. We get attached to how other people respond. We get attached to the result instead of the journey, the process of making things better. So I get attached to how I look on camera. I get attached to how many views I have. And those things may or may not help me stay the course. If I don't feel like I look good on camera, if I don't feel like I speak well on camera, and I don't have a lot of people watching, well, I can use that attachment to those things as a reason to stop. Whereas the truth is, if I kept going and I kept doing it, I would actually improve in my video skills, and I would improve in my messaging, and I would probably increase the number of people who watch my videos. So be very, very, very careful that you don't get attached to the wrong thing. Become attached to improvement versus attached to the results that you get when you first start. That's number 1. Number 2 is recognize resistance. Recognize when resistance rears its ugly head. It's usually very, very closely linked to rationalization. Well, nobody's going to know if I miss a week. Nobody's going to care if I don't do a video. It doesn't really matter. That was a goal I set. I don't really need to follow through. Rationalization, it's easier for people to read. I could come up with a whole bunch of reasons. If I look at my exercise routine as an example, I can rationalize why skipping a day is okay. I can rationalize why walking without doing any weight training is okay, when the truth is it's not. Your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will rationalize its way out of doing what your heart really desires. So I encourage you to pay very, very close attention to resistance when it comes up, and the rationalization messages that happen in your head that take you off course. The 3rd thing is the most important thing. And the 3rd thing is take ownership. We've just gone through a year where we have had a lot of things that are beyond our control happen. We've had lockdowns, we've had store closures, restaurant closures, people having to work from home, people being laid off. A lot of external factors have affected our lives. And here's where I want you to think about the goals that you set for yourself and your business that you have control over. You need to take back control of what you can do. Too often we focus on what we can't do instead of what we can do. We've got to work the muscle that says, this is what I can do. So, for example, I can exercise for 5 minutes. I can write a sentence for my book. I can jot down a couple of ideas to make one of my chapters better. There's always something you can do when you take ownership. Taking ownership is how you battle resistance, and it's how you also get through attachment, because it's about you showing up and being the person that you're capable of being in your life and business. It's about you taking ownership of the behavior, the habits, the processes that you are trying to cultivate in your business. So don't fall off your game and fall off forever. You can fall off your game. We're all going to fall off our game. None of us is perfect, but stay true to the journey. Stay true to the journey of who you are becoming and why that matters to you. And if you understand why it matters to you and you take ownership and you take back control, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get attached to who you are becoming instead of the immediate result, and to overcome the resistance and the rationalization, because you know that who you are becoming matters more than the trash talk going on in your head that is stopping you from being that person. So here you go. Video number 1. Any guesses on how many videos I might be able to do this year? Do you think I can do one a week? Or do you think my own attachment and my own resistance will get in the way? I guess we'll only be able to tell when we get to the end of this year as to whether or not I was able to walk my talk and do the very thing that I am committing to doing right now. So thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to leave me a comment and tell me what's one thing you really want to commit to this year, I'd love to hear what it is. And if you'd like to learn more about my 365, there's a link here somewhere. It's never too late to join us. Today is the first day of the next 365 days of your life. Tomorrow is the first day of the next 365 days of your life. The journey doesn't end. The journey starts when you begin. The question is, will you begin?